Of the finance director and your reluctance in funding an interim, your job in creating an accurate budget has been a difficult process. My establishing a budget substantially relies on information provided by a finance director. So my process as well has been more difficult. Though many mayors in the past never submitted a suggested budget to you, and though our charter gives you, the elected members of the Board of Apportionment and Taxation, complete authority and responsibility in the adoption of the city budget, I differ from many of my predecessors. I believe it proper to offer you some suggestions. My budget spends less than the preliminary budget you adopted last week. Let me highlight some of my suggested modifications to the line items that the board has thus far adopted. My office has thoroughly examined the cost of Social Security and Medicare payments the city is responsible to contribute. For your knowledge, an employer is responsible for 6.2% of gross pay of Social Security and a 1.45% for Medicare. In the proposed budget, you have a figure of $493,070. We have reviewed that number numerous times, and I suggest the amount of $443,000. That is a $50,000 reduction. If you wish, we can give you specific calculations. We also disagree with numerous line items for electricity. I believe our calculations are generous and results in a $30,000 reduction to the bottom line. As we did last year, we believe growth in the $700,000 endowment of the library board controls should partially offset the cost of our public library. A recent report indicates the growth of the endowment from January 1st, 2012 to March 30th, 2012, 3 months. It was $54,627. $54,627.05. Last year, I asked the library board to use $10,000 of their growth. This year, I am asking them to use $30,000. I believe our citizens deserve it. This morning, my office had numerous interactions with Ron Kumo concerning the citywide fuel line item. I'm sure that you know that as part of a consortium of 50 towns and cities, as of today, they have not established a price, but will shortly. Ron and I discussed recent communications he has had with the consortium, and I suggest a inclusion, of $180,500 in that specific line item. Neither you nor I can predict the price of oil. A few weeks ago, a barrel of oil was selling at $110. This morning, a barrel of oil was selling at $92.50. If North Korea either threatens to or actually tests another nuclear weapon, the price of oil will go up. If someone in Iran sneezes, the price of oil could go up or it could go down, depending on who sneezed. You will also see a small changes in numerous line items. These changes were made by comparing previous year's budgets to the current amount expended as of May 21st, 2012.